A very good morning to all of you, class 8. I hope all of you are doing very well at home, taking good care of your health. Today is the 1st of June 2020 and we will read a poem of your English textbook, Honey Dew. The title of the poem is Geography Lesson. But before we read the poem, let us learn something about the poet. The poet is Zulfikar Ghosh. He was born on March 13, 1935 at Sialkot, which is now in Pakistan. He grew up in Sialkot and in Bombay and then moved with his family to England. He graduated from Keele University in 1959. He is Pakistani American author of novels, poet and a critic. Zulfikar Ghosh became a US citizen in 2004. So this is a short information about the poet. This is the page of your textbook, which is page number 34 in your textbook, right? And the poet is Geography Lesson. There is a short introduction of the poem. Let us read this. Can you imagine what your city would look like if you saw it from 10,000 feet above the ground? Neatly planned and perfect in proportion like a geometric design, it would strike you as something very different from what it actually is when you are in thick of it. Here is a poet's description of such a view of the city and some questions that come to his mind. So the poet asks the readers, can you imagine, or have you ever imagined how your city would look when you see it from 10,000 above the ground? When you see your city from 10,000 above the ground, it will look neatly planned and perfect in proportion like a geometric design. So he says that your city will look neatly planned and in a perfect size like a geometric design is. And then it will strike you, and then you will think that it looks very different from what it actually is while you are living in it, when you are busy in the city. Here the line in this group of word in the thick of it is an idiom. Okay, so it means that when you are busy with it or when you are involved with it, with something. So when you are living in a city and you're completely involved, you will understand. You will not see how planned or how well planned your city is. Okay, and when you see it from above, it will look very different. So this is the poet's description of such a view of the city. I will read the poem and then I will do the explanation. Okay, there are 3 stanzas here. So today I will read the whole poem and maybe I will not complete the explanation. But there are some important words I have underlined here. Children, you will see I have underlined them in red and I will give you the meaning of this poem. Okay. Let us read the poem. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile, there seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard, unplanned and without style when the jet sprang into the sky. Second stanza. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography that land and water attracted man was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. When the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear the earth was round and that it had more sea than land. On the next page, but it was difficult to understand that the men on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities, and to kill. From that height, it was not clear why. So this is the poem. Let me explain the first stanza. When the jet sprang into the sky. Sprang means move in quick motion, move up in quick motion. So it says that when the jet takes off, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. The poet says now when an aeroplane moves up from above, I can see that why the city had developed. Something will develop the way you plan it, the way you grow it, right? So he says that now I understand why the city has developed the way it is at present. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile. Scaled means to climb up or over. Okay, so he says that when he moves up 6 miles, when he moves 6 miles up, he understands that why my city is the way it has developed. There seemed an inevitability. Inevitability means something which cannot be avoided. About what on ground had looked haphazard. Haphazard would means to without a plan or order. Something which is not orderly. Unplanned and without style when the jet sprang into the sky. So in the first stanza, the poet says that after moving up, he understands why the city has developed the way it is. And it seems that it is unavoidable. It is unavoidable, or we cannot avoid what looks so unplanned without a style on the ground has developed the way is growing up, or has developed the way it is from above. Now children, here you will see a line here. When the jet sprang into the sky, this is the beginning of the stanza, and the ending of the stanza, when the jet sprang into the sky. Again there's a repetition of same line in the beginning and ending of stanza. This is a poetic device called a refrain. I will explain what is a refrain. Now let us read the second stanza. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography, that land and water attracted man, was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. Once again, there is a repetition of this line, when the jet reached 10,000 feet. Okay, I will explain you the poetic device. So in the second stanza, the poet says, when the jet reached 10,000 feet above the ground, that means the flight is now 10,000 feet above the ground. He says that it was clear to him why the countries had cities where the river ran. River ran means river flows. Okay, he says that the cities were located near rivers, okay, near water bodies, and why the valleys were populated. Valleys, you understand, it is a land. It is a land between hills or mountains, right? So he says that he understands why the countries or cities flourished before near river water bodies, and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography, that land and water attracted man, was clearly delineated. Delit means shown or depict, to show, when the jet reached 10,000 feet. Now we all have learned in history also that civilizations, they always flourished near water bodies. So the poet says that when he looks down from 10,000 feet, he noticed that the cities, the towns were situated near water bodies, and the valleys were populated. The valleys were more populated than the mountainous region. And then he understand the logic of geography, that throughout the human history, human beings have settled near water body, near where there is a abundance of water for many purposes. And now he understands that very clearly from above. He noticed that the mountains are less inhabited and the valleys are more populated. So this is the explanation of the first two stanza. I will explain the third stanza in next class. Now children, I was talking about the poetic device. Even in stanza 1, you will see the first and the last line is repeated. It is the same line which is repeated. And in second stanza also, when the jet reached 10,000 feet, it is in the beginning of the stanza and it is also in the at the end of the stanza. This is called refrain, which means repetition of a line in a stanza to create a rhyming or a musical effect. So that would be all for today. I will explain only the first and second stanza. I would want all of you to please read the poem and write down these important words. These are the new words. Although in the lesson only 3 new words are given in the glossary, I would want all of you to please write down these 6 words. So children, we will continue the poem in the next class. Thank you.